Darryn Peterson is the best guard in the country and one of the most anticipated prospects going into college basketball. In this video, we're going to go over a few things that make Darryn Peterson such a tough cover. The thing that really stands out to me about Darryn Peterson's game is just how patient he is. He sees hard hedges and doubles every game, but he never lets them dictate his pace. He doesn't force the issue, he doesn't panic, he stays calm, keeps the dribble alive, and waits for the defense to make a mistake that he can then exploit. One super common method that Darryn Peterson uses to slow himself down and slow the defense down with him is he'll turn his body away from the rim. This is a non-threatening position. Sometimes it's a quarter turn, sometimes it's a full turn, but Darryn Peterson has gotten really good and really comfortable exploding out of this turned away position. So he'll just sort of lull the defense to sleep, slow down with him, he'll turn, and then he'll just explode. Like I mentioned, he sees hard hedges and doubles every game. Defenses try to speed him up, and that's where his pace becomes a real weapon. He never looks rushed or flustered, and the calmness is what lets him make the right play. It's not necessarily always the fast one, but it is always the right play. So if you're a guard getting trapped or pressured, you don't necessarily have to beat it with speed. Just running away from a double or pressure is not what's going to make the right play. You want to beat it by staying composed, keeping your dribble alive, keeping your eyes up, and letting the defense make the first mistake. That doesn't necessarily mean you're always going to be the one to score or shoot. Oftentimes, you'll see Darryn Peterson attack and catch a double, and then from there throw a lob or a skip pass to an open teammate. He's very willing to pass the ball. Here's some of his patience on display here. Coming off the screen, this is a very broken and congested play. There's really not much space to operate with. So he's just going to wait for his teammates to clear out so the defense opens up, and only then, when there's enough space and enough opening, is he actually going to attack. Another thing that goes with his pace is his ability and his willingness to play off of 2 feet. You'll often see him, especially in the mid-range and in the paint, get onto 2 feet and pump fake and find an open shot from there. This isn't really something that's said in ISO situation, but it rings true that the first shot is not always the best shot. So oftentimes getting on 2 feet and throwing pump fakes will get you a better look than if you just went up and shot it on the first attempt. And I think this is especially true for players that don't have the physical gifts that Darryn Peterson has. He's 6'6", long arms, and super athletic. That's not the case for a lot of us if we're being honest. One last thing that makes him so effective is just how well he's able to read open space. It's not always super apparent, but he's able to find small openings and operate in those small openings. You can't separate this skill from his pace necessarily because he'll often slow down in order for a gap to actually open up, but you'll see just how comfortable and how often he's able to find space in really tight areas and operate in those areas. So I hope you got something out of this video. I'm not here just to give Darryn Peterson his flowers. He's already earned those. The goal is to break down why he's special and what you can learn from his game to apply to your own.